Voodoo has taken on many different forms around the world, but it's generally rooted in the belief that the living and the dead exist side by side. And in Benin, it's an official religion. So how has this ancient belief in a small country in West Africa stayed alive in the modern world? Pumza Fehlani has been finding out.
Ouida, the home of voodoo. Rooted in the worship of nature and ancestors, it's celebrated across the world and is an official religion here in Benin. The world is changing and old traditions are often pushed out, but voodoo is thriving. This is the annual Tuplok ritual, a cleansing ceremony. Devotees come together to communicate with their gods by singing, dancing, and making sacrifices.
It's been a long day for the voodoo devotees who've been performing rituals since this morning. It's now 6 p.m. and this part of the ceremony is all about purification. This group are boiling rings, the type you wear on your finger, in the fresh blood of goats and chickens. They believe this process will bring protection to whoever wears the rings.
Voodoo is often misunderstood because of what people have seen in horror movies. The high priest insists it's not harmful.
Voodoo
is not evil. It's not the devil. If you are a believer and someone thinks badly of you, Voodoo will defend you. Some say it is the devil. No. Even if a devil exists, he is not here.
There are no figures for the number of devotees, but everyone in Benin is connected to voodoo. Even those who follow other faiths often rely on it in their hour of need.
This is the door of no return. It was from this point that thousands of African slaves were sold off to work in the Americas. They left with nothing except their belief in voodoo, which they clung to as a reminder of home. And that's why it is as popular in New Orleans as it is here in Ouida.
For many from the diaspora of West Africa, like Regine Romain, voodoo has become a connection to a neglected identity.
There's a shift in vibration. The younger generation want to loudly proclaim, be a part of the tradition in a way that the previous generations were more intimidated and more afraid.
And in the sacred forest on the edge of town, an ancient place of worship, the government has made a monument to remind the locals of their voodoo heritage. It's seen as a sign of their commitment to upholding the practice. The flaming pots are the climax of the ritual. The fire is believed to give followers a surge of power to face the year ahead. With the government supporting it at home and the descendants of slaves embracing it abroad, the ancient voodoo tradition has found a place in the modern world where old beliefs often struggle for relevance. Pumza Fehlani, BBC News, Benin.